Find guitar. This channel is about finding guitars, sharing my love of guitars. I've been a woodworker 50 years, and I love wood. I love guitars. I love playing guitars, and I would like to share my experiences with you. I've bought, sold, traded several different varieties of guitars, brand names, and let's share our love of guitars together. EMS 1235 Gibson double mandolin. That's what the title is all about. I have facts given to me by Gibson employees that I wrote to, and they sent me who actually built the guitar. They worked around the person and gave me insider information. I also have a VHS tape that has a recording that one of these employees called me and left it on my answering machine. I personally did not talk to the person, but the VCR machine ate my tape, and I don't believe it damaged any of the area because it was just at the beginning of the tape. So I think it could be restored. If anybody would be interested in sharing the cost of extracting that information, if they wanted more details, I would be willing to do so. You can get a hold of me from the email inside the description. So here we go. My EMS 1235. A unique and rare guitar. It was handcrafted by one of Gibson's master guitar makers. Only 44 EMS 35s were made before 1962. Semi-hollow body, double Florentine cutaway, full-bodied sound that spoke with its own voice. AAA grade hand-carved spruce top. One-piece maple back and side, and that was a real pretty back also. It had some nice detail to it. The pictures don't do justice. Alright, then it has P90, a patent applied for pickups, nickel plated hardware, Clausen deluxe tuning pegs, bell-shaped volume and tone knobs, laminated black, white pick guards, rosewood bridge on the mandolin neck, and it had an ARB nickel on the full-length 6-string, flat top nickel plated frets, brown sunburst finish. And it had some cracking, you know, it's an older guitar. And the plush line case, which is in pretty darn good shape for as long as it got drug around. There will be a story about how this guitar was treated over the years. There was no serial numbers on the guitar anywhere to be found. Also, the patent applied for pickups were taken off the guitar to ensure that the sticker was on the back side of the guitar. This is how I was introduced to this guitar or shape, the EMS 1235. Was this article in Guitar Player by George Gruen, October 1982, where he states the double mandolin shown here, despite its name, does not have a mandolin neck. And he goes on to say that it's a 24 3/4 inch scale, that the short neck is 24 frets and a 13 1/8 inch scale. It has 3 PAF pickups. It was my fault. I don't know why I said P90. I should have known better than saying P90. Let's see. I already went over that. And then the body was 17 1/4 inches wide, 12 1/4 at the waist, and a double Florentine cutoff or cutout. Let's see, the price in 1958 was $475. Excuse me, that was the 12. It was $435 for the mandolin. And it was $90 extra for the case. Alright, so that's how I remembered that guitar. For some reason, when I got back home out of the military, the Air Force, I live in small town Iowa, and there was this guy that I knew about in town that used to play country western swing, honky tonk kind of stuff like that. And he had a guitar that people had talked about that was kind of different, you know, and I heard about it kind of through the grapevine just because I was a guitar player, and never really saw it, didn't know much about it. Ended up going to like this made up jam session, which really wasn't much of anything anyway, and this guy showed up with it, and as soon as he opened the case, I knew exactly what it was. I was like, I remember that guitar from an article that when I had Guitar Player magazine. So anyway, we kind of jammed a little bit, but nobody knew anything. Back then I was more into rockish blues type stuff. You know, this would have been 86, 87, somewhere in there. So then I, you know, of course asked the guy if he'd sell it, and he was like, no, he'd never sell the guitar. So anyway, I didn't think much of it. And I was working in my parents' bar one day, and this guy come in, had a couple of beers, drinks, whatever he was doing, and he just said, hey, you want to buy my guitar? And I just told him, there ain't no way I can buy that guitar. It's not going to happen. I don't have that kind of money, and it just can't happen. So anyway, he eventually caved in and said, man, I want to basically will it to somebody that's going to play it and love it and take care of it. So he sold it to me, basically willed it to me. And it took me a couple of weeks to get the guitar from him into my possession. And I had it, I'm trying to think back, it was either 87, 88, and then I had it to 1997. And then I sold the guitar for my own reasons, and I don't regret it. Okay, for this next segment, I'm going to give you a few more facts about this guitar. And I've changed pictures because, like I said, I don't have too many pictures. And I did get permissions from elderlies to use this. This was on their cover of their catalog. So here's some more information. This guitar was revealed at Chicago NAMM show. First introduced in 1957. Okay. It doesn't say what the NAMM show was, whether it was 57 or 58. Okay. So also, here comes the part that I was talking about where I have inside information. I wrote a letter to Gibson Company. It's hard to read because I've got a better way of showing the letter. But I just wanted to prove it to you that there is actual written letter written to me. And like I said, I do have that VHS tape. And now that I think, I might have talked to the guy. So there might be some important information on there that I'm completely forgetting. This is, you know, a long time ago. This is way back, you know, who knows, 95, 96? Okay, so here we go. All information about the Bill Westman. That is the person who built the guitar. And from Gibson. And there, oh, I've got it right there, 1988. This is the person that I might have spoken to, but sent me the letter. And he gave me information. Let's see, it's somebody, I've got here that somebody, okay, so I must have talked to or left a message by this Walter Carter. It says right there, okay? It's been a long time since I've looked at this information, so I don't remember everything. Okay? So, here's some more information right here that was written to me by Ward. It says, your instrument was crafted by Bill Westman, deaf, who used his sense of touch in carving the spruce top, as well as his hand work on the body. And the neck's made of the double neck EMS 1235. Very special instrument. By the way, Bill's dad was also a Gibson employee. I can't really read what it says next. It says back those days maybe. Specialized in violins, cellos, and I don't know what the heck that is. Looks like B-A-R or I don't know, B-A-N, I don't know. Banjos maybe? His handwriting's pretty sloppy. And then he says, go ahead and ask George Gruen for more answers, and left George Gruen's address for me to do it. And here's a quick look at the letter I sent to Gibson. You know, just asking general information about it. And the back side, once again, is the reply. Okay. So, then, in 1997, I was married, and my wife at the time wanted to start her own business, and we wanted to get some money to start the business. So I sold this guitars to Elderly Instruments. I dealt directly with this person. He was very nice. He treated me with respect. He gave me an offer over the phone without even seeing any pictures or anything of the guitar, and that's what he paid me. I eventually sent him some pictures that you saw that weren't very good, and he said, I'm a man of my word, I'm sticking to what I priced it over the phone. And they looked at the guitar. They, like I said, they took the pickups out, and for some reason down in the pickup area there was a lot of wire in there. I mean, you could take those pickups and stretch them out for at least a foot or more. So I don't know if it was made so you could take the pickups out and lay them on the bench so they didn't scratch the body, or what it was all about. But if you look, you can see the wood bridge on the mandolin side and the ARB nickel bridge on this side. This selector switch right here is what selected this neck or this neck, and then this one was for this neck. And then same way with the volume knob there was for that, and volume and tone for that. And that's what I know about the guitar. It was a good playing guitar back then. I was doing a lot of construction work and I didn't play very much. I was more concerned about paying the bills than I did anything. And I was very happy to own it. Well, that's the story about my EMS 1235. I would like to thank Elderly's again for giving me permission to use their information and also the picture on the cover of the catalog. And also Warren, however you say his name, Everness, I believe. And let's see, now I got rid of that. I'm lost. Where'd it go? There it is. And Walter Carter. Like I said, I wish I could resurrect that tape, but I think it could be saved. If anybody is interested, get a hold of me, leave something in the comments section. Please subscribe to this channel. I'd like to get this channel to work for everybody, and let's appreciate guitars, share our stories with one another, and peace.